Hello Simmers, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be going over the Sims 4 Werewolves Build by Objects. This pack retails for $19.9 USD. However, you can get it on sale on the EA app every few months. If you do decide to purchase this, you can use a creator code. While it doesn't give you a discount, it is a way to support your favorite creators and that it does give them a small commission. We're going to start off with the buy objects here, and then we'll go on into the build items and we'll lay out all of those colors one by one. Okay, so we've got a couple of beds here. They both are basically the same swatches. One's a bunk bed, one's not. And this is so cute. We've got a little cradle or a little bassinet type thing. I think it's awesome that they included that in this pack. I wish they would do that with every pack. That would be amazing. This is a little toddler bed, so I commend the Sims team for creating a toddler bed too. I think that's awesome. They need to have that. Unfortunately, we do not have a full-size bed, a queen bed, or a king bed. But we do have tires to sit on, a grungy recliner, and then we've got this chair too. The details on the side are pretty cool. We've got a wooden chair, and you can see that it's pretty worn in some of the swatches, which I do love for this pack. We've got a couch here that's got patching, and it should have some holes in it, and it should have some stuffing coming out of it. That would be nice. We've got a log too, because you can always sit on those. We've got a desk here. As you can see, it matches some of those chair swatches that we did earlier. Here's another desk, and look, it has a door as the desktop. I'm so funny. There's another desk. Here is, oh my god, a telescope. And then this is pretty cool. I like this electric guitar, actually. It's pretty neat. And this, we've got a punching bag that has been punched one too many times. And that workout gear definitely has been getting used. We've got a bar here because they are pretty much included in every pack. And this is pretty neat too. I love this. You could probably size down a food stand and put that in there too. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but this is like a little cave thingy. I don't know. Something for them to go explore. I haven't used it yet. And then we got a fire pit. Look at that. You could see the old furniture and one of those picture frames we have in base games. So that's kind of fun. We've got some plants here. And some of them, you know, look like they're doing well. If you see that, that's a little scratch that we've got. These are super cute. Look at that. So fun. Little wall decals. I love that. Putting that in a little toddler's room. How cute. This would be great for like a teenage rocker room. And this just looks like some of it, you know, like a store has been vandalized or something. And of course, werewolves and vampires do not get along, so you gotta scratch out their faces, you know. Broken mirrors, love that. I've been into the grunge packs lately. I love this mirror, but I've been into the grunge stuff and you know, the rags stuff that has been used and abused and isn't so perfect. It makes this game more realistic, and you know, that's how things are in life. Not everything is perfect. I mean, if you've got everything that is perfect, then good for you, but I kind of like that in this game, making everything not perfect. I've been really enjoying that lately. We've got a few decorations here. Of course, we've got a ceiling fan, and these have a lot of the same swatches as that chair we had earlier. And we've got, well, we've got some more items, some scratches on the floors. I don't know if you guys can see that, but those are cracking on the floor. I love that. Love using that. It just is really nice to give it a more realistic feel to the game. And this, an old rug, yes, I'm digging that. I really like this pack. I'd say that this one is, and we've got the same rug and a newer swatch. So if you wanted to play and you could be like, oh no, they ruined their rug. You know, like it's been used so long. We got this long time ago and now this is how it looks. Like real life, you know? Oh, you guys don't have your stuff for that long? Oh, okay. I guess it's just me. But we've got some fun things here. This would be one of the best packs for grunginess or, you know, a lot of that realism. Oh, and then they got the little toys, a little werewolf toy, a little moon nightlight. So that's pretty cool. I believe we have a flower light like that in the base game. This is pretty cool too. It matches the couch that's been patched together. This is more like an industrial lamp light, I should say. This is so cool. It reminds me of like a cuckoo clock. Grungy mailbox, you know, we need it. And then we've got a trash bin. It's been kicked around a few times. Our bookshelf looks like a makeshift bookshelf. You know, seen better days, definitely. And then we've got a nicer looking bookshelf, but with some grungier swatches. Some suitcases that you can use a TV to stand up. We've got some brick walls here, and these are kind of almost like worn bricks, you can see. And these ones here look like they need to be power washed, but you can see the caution on the bottom of them. And then we have some more swatches of bricks that look a little nicer. Now we're gonna go into doors. We've got some worn distressed doors here, which is very fitting for this pack. These are, you can see, whoa, you can see some of these have the claw marks of the werewolves. And some of them don't, but they are very grungy. You can see the rust on the doors. I quite like that. I think they did a great job to detail there. Then we've got some more double doors that almost look like they could be used for like a club hangout for werewolves. Kind of cool. And then we've got some more, I want to say these would be more like cottage type doors. I don't know. But I do like the details of the hinges there. I think they did an excellent job there. But yeah, a lot of these are very distressed again. Next and last for doors, we have our brick archways. I like these. I think they're pretty cool because you can just see how worn down they are. The bricks are breaking, and I think that's really cool. I think it kind of brings to life, you know, we've all seen stuff that has been run down and whatnot. So I think this is pretty neat to have. Now I'm just going to show you the back side of these doors, just in case you're curious. We'll just kind of go through them. A lot of these just look the same, nothing, you know, not like in some of the other packs that we've got. We're going through windows now. We've got just a basic rectangular window. Again, it's very distressed on that paint. And then we've got the brick windows that are a lot like the archways that we'd seen earlier. And then of course we've got the nicer looking windows with brick. You can see that the paint here is distressed as well. And it does match, I believe, one of the doors that we have. We've got some even larger windows. Again, these have that same distressed look to them. Almost like it's very old, you know. I kind of like this pack. We've got the columns here. Again, these are very distressed. You can see the rust down here, which is great. I think it's really cool because I think it's something neat you could do for from rags to riches. Or just if you're wanting to make something look more realistic, because, I mean, let's face it, not everything looks perfect, and that's okay. We're going into spandrels now. We've just got one, and this is kind of weird because it wouldn't let me, I don't know if it's something to do with the update, but it wouldn't let me remove part of the wall how I normally set them up for my swatches, so we're just doing this. So as you can see, these are pretty, like, distressed, grungy. I like how it's, whoa, I like how it's got that detail there. You know, it's very dirty and it's like it's been used. I appreciate that. I think that's pretty cool. I'm actually liking this. We do have some roof patterns in this pack. I'll go through them. I do like this. Look, you can even see where it's almost, yeah, you can see there's like holes inside. I'm curious to find out if seasons causes rain or snow to come through. There you can see it's got, I can't even think of that word. What is those called? Oh my God, it's driving me crazy. Moss, because I collect samples of moss and see what you could see, like the organisms. Anyways, yeah, very grungy, pretty cool. Okay, we've got one floor pattern here. Now these ones I just made longer, but some of these swatches look like they're almost the same. Like this one and this one are very close. These two are pretty close, not quite as close, but yeah, I do like how these are, they look cracked, you know? They look like almost like they've been abandoned or something like that. I think that's pretty cool. I'm quite excited about this pack. We're going through fences now. We've got some metal bars here. My guess would be that these are supposed to keep the werewolves in. I don't know. But anyways, we've got those, and I can't really zoom in anymore, but you can see some of the detail here that is, it's again going with that worn look. This fence here looks more like DIY fencing. And I just love how you can see the paint that's worn down, and I think that's really cool. And then you can see some of these boards are kind of coming loose, falling over a bit. It's quite realistic to me. So we got a few more swatches of those. The last fencing we have actually comes with a gate. The others do not, which I always find odd if they don't come with gates. But these look more like they're to keep the werewolves inside. You got the barbed wires at the top. These would also be great to use for like as a prison if you don't have the get to work pack. This is another thing you can do if you don't want to use the debug items. This is something you can use. But we've only got 4 colors, which I find kind of strange. Now I'm wondering if the werewolves can actually climb up these or what. I would have liked to have seen maybe a lock on here or like some chains going through here. I think that would have been cool, you know, and have some more distressed. I think they could have done one with locks, one without. I think that would have been neat. We've actually got some stairs and some railings in these packs, or in this pack, I should say. Again, we've got rust coming through, which I quite like. I'm really digging that. I think this is really neat. We've got a few different colors, and then I like that they gave us the railings to match. I think it's really cool. You could almost use this to build like a, like I said earlier, like a werewolf school, or you can use this as like, if you do have the get to work pack, you know, there's a bunch of metal poles and stuff like that. You can use that as like maybe a plant type place. We've got one bush. It's a wolf party bush. Sure, werewolves can learn to take care for their needs in the wild, it doesn't mean they don't love using a party bush from time to time. Okay. We've actually got some planted flowers, well, bushes, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, this looks like lavender. We've got the swatches that match, oh my gosh, that match the, sorry guys. They match the doors and windows that we've got, so that's pretty neat. I think these are very cool. I always love when you can put the flower boxes outside the windows. Very nice. I love it. So cute. Now we're going into styled rooms. These are great if you're not really sure how to use the pack, or if you just want to get an idea, you don't have time to build, or if you don't like building. So that's something to think about. I'll go through the swatches of each room, but you guys are gonna have to let me know what you're thinking of the build by objects in this pack. I really like it. I would like to see another pack that is kind of like this, in that it's kind of grungy, or like another kit or something. I mean, we've got basement treasures, but this gives us a lot of grunge. We're going over the different color of room swatches now. Okay guys, you're gonna have to let me know what you think of this, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.